Here we go. Let's get started on today's team call. Let me get our screen sharing up because I just messed that one up. Okay, so I am going to, what is it called? I need to play the view. There we go, present. Okay, so make sure that you can still, let me know that you can still see me, Christina.
Yeah, I can see you.
Does it still say that I'm recording?
Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. All right, here we go. So welcome to today's team call. We're talking about how to plan your month, not just success, but just in general, how to know what to do and when, because sometimes it gets so overwhelming with different events that are happening in the team page and knowing what to do and when, and you just kind of stop. There's so much stuff that you're just like, you know what, it's too much. So normally the weekend before the next month starts is when I kind of take some time to actually plan out what the next month is going to look like. And if you look in the team page, I'm always 3 months out on our dates for trainings and that kind of stuff. So here we go. So the first step is I call this the pre-step, is to find a planner that you love, and not just that you love, something that works for you. I loved Emily Lay's planner. She has a daily version and a weekly version. Just how her simplicity is what I really like. But at the same time, I have bought 2 planners in the course of time and have not successfully used them every single day. So you have to find what works for you. She does have printables on her website, and same with Passion Planner. I know that's really popular amongst people, and they also have printables on their website also. Pinterest, if you type in weekly planners, there's tons of printables and PDFs that you can use without actually just going out and buying a planner. I love and highly suggest pen to paper, but at the same time, Google Calendar or iCal is always really nice. That way you get the notifications of, hey, this is coming up. Hey, you need to do this. So you do have to take time to figure out what works for you. I have learned that, and I've spent a lot of time uploading stuff in the Google Calendar, and pen to paper is what works for me. We also have a family calendar on a family whiteboard calendar that we keep in I guess it's our kitchen, but it's kind of our hallway. So know that this isn't just Beachbody related, but this is for everything. So figure out what works the best for you and go from there. So once you find what you're going to use, step 1 is family first. This business is not something that you're supposed to take away from your family and not be there for. It's not supposed to enhance your family. It's supposed to make things better. And so first step always is put your family stuff on the calendar. Put the birthdays, put your date nights, put whatever those things are on your calendar first. Doctor's appointments, obviously. That needs to be first before you start putting Beachbody on there or anything else. Family comes first. And it's hard to do, especially when you see these dates and you're like, oh, but I already have. That's why it's important to get that blank out, put the stuff that you already know down on there, and then worry about what's next. You do have a job, still job second. And then what else was I going to say? I also suggest putting your workouts on your calendar. Even if I do that more on a weekly basis because I know my day-to-day schedule weekly. And so that's kind of a step that I didn't put on here, but I absolutely suggest planning your workouts just like it's an event, like any of those things. So that's your step 1. Step 2, and this is where you're like, oh my gosh, okay, too much. Step 2 is your team dates. And this goes with your workouts also, is to schedule them and make them non-negotiable. So when I look at my month, and I'm going to pull my personal calendar up so I can talk to you guys through this a little bit. We always have a new coach training that starts, and for the next few months, it's on the first Friday of the month. So any coaches that you sign in the previous month, you want to make sure that they are plugged into the new coach training. And so that's something that you might not be doing, but you need to have your coaches popped into that. And so knowing what those dates are enough in advance is really going to help your business move forward. You can talk to that coach and say, hey, well, the new coach training starts on the 2nd, so we need to have you signed up by then. And we do only have one a month. I'm working on getting an email series out. Otherwise, that way you can, for coaches that sign up later in the month, but that's the first thing. Second thing is our live power hour, which is the weekend after the new coach training. So that even though it is part of the new coach training, it's for all the coaches. I am only doing one a month, and that seems to be enough because everyone kind of gets in the habit, and I'm going to start recording them so we have a little bit of better idea. People can walk through them together. And then is our challenge group start date. So I put the challenge group start dates that I use, and you'll see how everything works out. And if you want to use these same start dates, you're welcome to. If you don't, that's okay. If you're like, you know what, I only want to do the 11th one, that's 100% okay. And so we have our live power hour on the 10th, and the next day is a challenge group start date. So when we're in that live power hour, we're going to focus on getting these people into the challenge group start and getting them, getting everything ready for that group. So when you're looking in your life, why are there certain things that happen this way? There's a science and madness behind all of it, but what really helps is knowing that it's already done for you. So we also have the next challenge group is on the 25th, which is a 2-week break between the two. And so if at any point you're like, you know what, I only want to do this one, there's nothing wrong with that. These are just the dates that are already pre-done for you. The next thing is the Emerald in a Day, which coincides with the coach sneak peek. And they always coincide for a reason. When you invite to your coach sneak peek, you're often going to go Emerald. And even if you already are Emerald, something that I have always focused on, and it's really helped me with my business, is to hit Emerald again, which means add 2 coaches again. And so that's always a goal of mine, is to, on the coach sneak peeks that either I run or Jen runs, that I participate as though I'm a brand new coach and hit Emerald, which is adding 2 coaches, 1 to each side, in a day all over again. And so Emerald in a Day is actually always the last day of the new coach training. I'm pointing to my screen, but you guys can't see it. Maybe I should get a pointer. So the new coach training starts on the 2nd and will end on the 14th, with the Emerald in a Day. So that's a 12-day training. And that's the last thing in that group. Coach sneak peek is always that Wednesday and Thursday. Sometimes it is just a Wednesday event. Sometimes it's a Wednesday and Thursday. Sometimes it's a Thursday event. So they're always going to be a 2-day thing, because you're always going to invite one day and follow up the other day. So just know that on the calendars that I have, that's why they're 2 days. So next is the team call. And you'll see some of the live power hours and team call dates are switched. I did them every 2 weeks, which are, they're the same weekends as your challenge group start dates. But the team calls will be recorded, live power hour, working on that to be recorded, or, have a little bit better process with that. And then you have your challenge group start date on the day after the team call. Hopefully this helps. But when you start to write it on your calendar, you're like, okay, this is what I need to plan out when. So once you get those team dates down, then it's like, okay, now what? Let me see if I can. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now is the part where it's important. And just because you write all these dates down, what do they matter if you're not implementing them? I am a big, reverse engineer kind of person. I know, Christina, you might be as well with your project management stuff. I always look at where I want to go and then figure out from there how I should start. So there's a team train document that explains when you should post for your challenge group, your business op, and any other important dates. So knowing that our challenge group starts on March 11th, I'm going to post 10 days before, which is going to be March 2nd. So that's this Friday. And so knowing that I need to start on the 2nd helps me so much about where I need to be heavy focused on, whether I need to start, do I really need to focus on inviting to the business right now? Or do I need to really focus on inviting to a challenge group right now? What do I need to do with my new coaches? Helping make those all in the same days and just in your head nailed down really, really helps. So, and the second step of that is you use this to help you decide what is important each day. What should you be inviting to and when? So as you see, like from the 1st to the 11th, like the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of the month of March, if this is later, you need to go back and look at March 2018 and see what the days were like. Those first 4 days, I am invite heavy to a challenge group. My goal is to hit Success Club by that 11th. That way, if I don't have time to run the second challenge group of the month, I don't have to. I've already hit my goal, so it's not a big deal. And I'm invite heavy to a challenge group. I'm not focused on anything else but that during that time. Then as I hit my challenge group goals, and the next kind of step is the business, the coach sneak peek. That's when I go business heavy. That's when I'm looking for my leaders. That's when my posts are reflecting business stuff. And so the first half of them, and it's a really nice little schedule. The first half, I focus on challenge group and my fitness and my nutrition and those kind of posts. Second 2 weeks go really business heavy. And it just helps. It helps knowing what to post and when. It helps knowing that, hey, this is what I need to do on this day. And something that I've started this month is to actually look at my calendar and write down business post, nutrition post, supplement post. And that way, when I'm like, oh my gosh, I've done nothing today, nothing that's worth posting, what can I talk about? I know what I need to hit today. You should not be 24/7 beach body, beach body, beach body. You should be you, whatever that is, whether that's a wife, a mom, a fitness instructor, your full-time job, like my dad's in town, my family. You should talk about those things because people want to know that you're relatable, and just being 24/7 beach body is not relatable to somebody. So when you have these other ideas of things to do, it's really going to help move your business forward. Step 4, eat the frog. There is a book called Eat the Frog, and it's really awesome just even knowing the idea about it. But start your business activities, which is your power hour or whatever for the day, by doing the thing that is the frog. For me, I hate new messages. I hate sending out new messages. So that's something that in my day, I know that I have to do that thing first. When it comes to your challenge group and your invites, do the thing each day that is the hard thing for you to do. And sometimes it's with your business activity. Sometimes it's your workout, like yesterday, I knew that I had to get my workout in. I knew that it had to come first before I did anything else. So that's what I did. It was not at the perfect time. It wasn't the easiest thing to do, but I knew that I had to fit it in first. And so when it comes to these schedules and you're like, I don't want to post a business post, I don't want to look nice, do it. Just do it. When you get that first thing done, it helps so much with the other things that you have to do for the day. And then step 5 is always go back to those vital behaviors. Be a product of the product, invite, personal development and recognition. So know that, yes, this is my overall calendar, but what's the day-to-day stuff that's keeping me going? It's those simple 4 things over and over and over again that we do. A new app that I just started using is Wunderlist, and it's been fantastic already. And so me being able to write in there what I need to do and when and check it off is it's fantastic. So it's an app. It is free. It is also, you can download it onto your Mac if you need to. Not if you need to, if you want to. And it's just really nice to have it all synced up. You can send it to people. So like I have one for like our house renovations, and I can assign them to Caleb, which he loves when I assign him stuff. He probably doesn't, but it's okay. So that is the end of the PowerPoint. I'm going to stop recording and hold on, maybe. I'm going to stop screen sharing, and then I'm going to stop recording.